Welcome back to another episode of Divinity Original Sin 2, Definitive Edition, the 2020 guide. We're going to walk you through a quest here where we go into this cave that we discovered a little while back. So if you don't remember how to get here, you're going to waypoint to the Seeker Camp, alright, aMAZEing Sanctuary. And then you're going to come up here, go a little bit east, north, and then east again until you get over here. You're going to find this cave and we're going to head on in. Alright, pretty quickly after you get into the cave, you're gonna run into this guy, Trompdoi. He's a interesting fellow. You can talk to him if you want. He's a trickster, alright? So, a lot of the stuff in here, they're just gonna be traps, tricks, illusions. So these crates, for example, right? Your instinct is to loot them, but when you loot them, it's gonna freeze you. Alright, so they're traps. They're not real crates. Alright, so when you go over here, you're like, oh man, there's nothing over there, can't go over here. It's a dead end. But if you look on your map, there's a walkway here. So if you come right over this way, there's an invisible bridge. Alright. Now this crate is not going to be a trap. Alright, there's going to be some normal things you can loot here now. Just be careful. There are some traps. I'm going to go over most of them in here. Alright, now I like to come up around this side, come up these vines. But then you get over here, you're going to get ambushed by Trompdoi again. So he was telling you to leave before, and now he's kind of angrily telling you to leave. So he's going to have two clones of himself come up. We've got an archer, a guy with a sword and shield, a warrior, and over here we've got a mage. Resistance-wise, they're all going to have the same 50-50 200, I believe, with water, earth, and poison. Yes. So it's a little bit backwards there. Alright. So again, we want to lump up our enemies whenever possible. So we're just going to toss him down there. And we're going to shoot the next one up in line with a knockdown arrow. Alright. We got the mage one going next. So because Beast can move now without using action points for one movement, we can have a move there. Cloak and dagger over there. Hit that guy right there, and since he's got such low physical armor, we can knock him down now already. Alright, now they're going to have 50% resistance to everything Mumbo can throw at them. So this next guy's going to be a little bit tricky. Alright, so that's going to be a lot easier if we make them wet first. Alright. And now that they're wet, they're going to have a little bit less water resistance. Alright, so we're going to hit him with that. And then we're going to call it a day. Now, from here, it's honestly not too big of a difficult fight. Alright, so they were pretty easy to take down. Shouldn't be too hard, especially because we waited till level 8 to do this. You don't have to wait until level 8, but there's a fight coming up soon where I think it's going to be much easier to wait till level 8. This chest is also fake. Don't open that. It'll blow up. It's another illusion. If you want to do some extra looting, you can come around this side, and there's going to be a chest over there, or maybe a barrel crate. So there's something over there to loot. Alright, there's a crate here, so I'm going to get those. I'll be right back. Alright, once you're done looting some stuff over there, we're going to come up through here. There is a statue in here that you can talk to. Alright, so we're going to talk to that statue. Now, he gives you a little bit of a riddle. He's got some certain speech patterns you got to pick up on. Basically, you're going to move forward, say that you do, and then when he gets to this little riddle here, alright, you're going to pick the first option, alright, and then when you get to the second option here, alright, you're going to go with the second choice here, alright. And if I was moving too fast, feel free to rewind and look those back over. If you answer both those questions correctly, I think you get 3 attempts. But if you answer those correctly, you get 2,950 XP right there, and he automatically unlocks this door for you. Alright. Now if you look around, there's going to be another crafting Bible over here that we can read. Alright, that taught us 4 new recipes. Looks like they're all scrolls of some sort. So if we come down here, the new scrolls we've got are Blinding Radiance Scroll, Electric Discharge Scroll, and Favorable Wind Scroll, and Shocking Touch Scroll. Now, I don't like making many Aerothurge attack spells because they all take air essence, and I like using those for teleportation scrolls. So we're probably not going to craft many of those. Alright. So moving on, come over here. I believe the right chest is safe to open, but the left chest isn't. Yep, I got that backwards. Left chest is safe to open, actually has stuff in it, whereas the right chest was the trap. Alright, so the main part of this cave, the main difficult part of this cave here is coming through up here. Now, you'll notice there are some other doors here. These are real fake doors. They're going to open and either freeze you or blow up or just be nothing. So don't bother with those. Coming through here, though, we're going to have an encounter coming up. So we're going to have Beast start us off, as is our usual startup routine. We're going to have everybody else close this door, and, oh, wait, that's Mumbo going up there, right? Did I have... Yeah, okay, so Beast is coming up here. I'm not sure why I had Mumbo going up there. That was weird. So we're going to close that door up, have these guys sneak as well, just to be extra safe. Alright, so Beast is going to come on through here. And then eventually you're going to get ambushed by these guys. You have to unsneak, they have to see you. Alright, so we got rid of all the ads, it's just the original one. And then he's going to, on his next turn, summon 3 more ads to the field. Alright. Oh, he's swapping us. Alright. So he swapped that one. Oh, he swapped Beast and Pyramus. Okay, okay. That was an odd choice for him to make, but whatever. So this guy's got super low physical armor. This guy is a pretty even split. And then the one way back here is mostly physical, low magic. So that means Red Prince is best suited to take this guy out. Alright, and then we're just gonna knock down him. Beast, meanwhile, really can't do a whole lot to this guy. He's got 40 magical armor. He can chloroform him, and that is going to put him to sleep, take him out of combat for a turn. Alright, and I don't believe Beast has immunity to slipping on his boots. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you Bless on Ice. If you use Bless on Ice, alright, Blessed Ice gives you a magic shell. And it no longer causes you to slip, which is, it's useful. That's now coming up behind Trompdoy, who is regenerating, which as an undead means he's the opposite of regenerating. He's going to be taking a little bit of damage every turn. And we're going to give him ruptured tendons there, so that he starts to hurt himself as he moves. And then we're going to teleport this guy. We'll teleport him on top of this guy, do some more physical damage to them. Alright, killed the one that was already knocked out. And this guy, well, I don't do a whole lot to him. Let's just hit him with that. Alright, once you've killed all the ads on there, you can start taking down the main one. Once he's down, you will end the encounter with the maximum amount of XP that you could have gained. Alright, link everybody up, and yeah, here we go. We just gotta clear him out. And that'll do it. Now you can loot his corpse. His corpse is the only one that remains. The illusions are, well, illusions. They don't have corpses. Alright, now most of this stuff is going to be level 6, which we are past that by now. Alright. If you got this earlier, Trompdoy's Hatchet is decent for melee users. It does have wits, critical chance, sets shocked, does a little bit of air damage. It's a decent weapon for level 6. You will always get that and Band of Braccus. Alright, now this is a cursed ring. It sets the cursed status on you, and the only way to get rid of that cursed status is to bless yourself with it. Now if you did this particular area before the Voidwoken beast that we killed in the marshes, you won't have bless yet. This is the other way that you get bless, is through this cave. Once you get through, there's this statue here. You can interact with that, and you can also talk to your god and get bless there. Now coming in here, there's going to be a bunch of gold piles, and there's also going to be a bunch of soul jars with various names on them. Most of the names on the soul jars you're not going to recognize. You can one your way through interacting with the soul jars. You'll just put them all in your backpack that way. And after you put them in your bag, everybody's going to get a little exclamation point over their head. And they're just going to give you their opinion on the person whose soul jar is being collected. Now, the one name that you should recognize at this point on the soul jars is going to be this last one over here. It's going to be Gratiana's soul jar. Alright. Now, Gratiana, in case you didn't remember, she's the Aerothurge trader that was with the Seekers. Alright. She has her soul jar here, and she actually sent you in here to try and find them. Now, if you aren't super cautious here, and you're just kind of grabbing stuff you see, and you don't check your surroundings, you're going to miss on Heart of the Tyrant. This is going to be our chest piece for that cursed armor set. Alright, so we're going to give that to Pyramus there. Alright, and then the last soul jar, Gratiana, let's grab that real quick. Alright, and she's the only one where your team is going to be like, oh, well, she redeemed herself, she made up for it, all yada yada yada. Everybody else, they're like, nah, screw them. And then Trompdoy shows up, and you can help him out and break his soul jar, freeing him. He was cursed to secure this area, you know, so he wasn't doing it by choice. He was being forced to stay in here and mess with us the whole time. You get experience for helping him out, so we're going to help him out. And just grab the reward piece that gives the most gold. Alright, and now that that's all taken care of, we can go to the abandoned camp. And we can talk to Gratiana, give her back her soul jar. And there we go. And you know, just be polite with her. You know, you can be short, but be polite. And after you give her back her soul jar, you can still use her as a trader. But once you go in to attack with the Seekers, some of the Seekers, she kind of walks away. She used to go off to the side of this camp. I don't think she does anymore. I know I had trouble finding her recently. So if you want to continue using her as a trader, you may or may not be able to do that after this point. So just be aware of that. And after giving the soul jar back to Gratiana, you're going to want to go to the Dragon's Beach waypoint. It's the quickest way to get to where we're going. You're going to come back a little bit north over here, and you're going to find these vines. And you're going to climb up those vines. Alright. Now, if you remember a little while back, we had you collect some crumbling skulls. We said we were going to use them in a maze. Well, this is that maze right over here. Alright. Do not try to show him your ring. Like, don't say, of course you are. You know, don't use Braccus' ring to get through here. You don't get XP that way. Say you'll take your chances. You're going to go in here. Alright, now this maze can be a little bit difficult for newer players, even players who've been through a few times. There's a lot to remember. We had to get those 2 skulls earlier to make this a super easy trip through the maze. All you gotta do is get this skull over here. Shows up when you step on this pressure plate, and it disappears when you step off the pressure plate, so you gotta split your party a little bit. There's a trap right there, so if you stand on that, fireball shoots out at you. So be aware of those. And once you get that skull, you're good to go, because we already got 2 other ones earlier. So we're going to open that gate up, and then when you come through here, you're going to get ambushed by a couple of more people that were cursed by Braccus Rex. So we are going to buff up Mumbo and have him come on over. Alright, now the reason we buffed up Mumbo is because these guys that pop up over here have negative 50% water resistance, and Mumbo does quite a bit of water damage. So we're going to use Mumbo to take those guys out. Alright, make them all wet, and we'll be right back. Before we wrap this combat up, just a quick note, if you've stocked up on water arrows, like we have here, we've got 23 of them. Water arrows are also very nice for these guys. They are going to deal a lot of damage, help you freeze them up, and also stun them if you want to stun them. Alright. So this guy's just about done for. Beast is going to finish him off right there. Alright, now, after that, you're going to find this guy, the Historian, laying here. Okay. Now, he is got a status effect on him called Hellfire. Alright, now Hellfire, that's not Necrofire, it's not Curse Fire, it's its own separate thing that actually only he has. Alright. So the way you get rid of that is you need to get Blessed Blood underneath him. Alright. Now the easiest way to get Blessed Blood under him is by using Raining Blood, which you would have gotten from the Magister Oravand, or High Judge Oravand fight. So make it rain blood. If you don't have that, you can just whack your own teammates until they bleed. Or if you have an elf, you can use Flesh Sacrifice. And then once he's under blood, there's a source puddle there. Step on that, bless him, and then he'll get up and be on his way. And you don't really get a whole lot from freeing him, but you do get this portal to open up, and you can get a few pieces of loot. Alright, so we're going to come down here. Now, had you not gotten the 2 earlier skulls, you wouldn't be able to open that door. Well, you'd be able to open that door, but then not this one over here. I don't think there's another one over here. You could open up that gate, go through that portal, step on that, have somebody come back through the long way and get skull over here. There's a few different ways to get through the maze. I had you get those 2 crumbling skulls earlier because it's faster and easier. And now we just walk right on through. And because we did that the legitimate-ish way, we opened all the doors so the game registers it as legitimate because there's a clear path through. This guy congratulates you, gives you 4,200 quest XP and a quest reward. I think we might go with the ring there. Yeah, that'll work. Step on that source puddle there and come on through here. And we're going to pick up here on the next episode.